The Skinwalker Ranch. A place so mysterious, so deeply unsettling, that even hardened investigators have walked away shaken. Hidden in the remote deserts of Utah, this seemingly ordinary piece of land has become one of the most infamous paranormal hotspots in America. But what makes it truly terrifying isn't just the stories. It's the evidence. The sightings. The things that defy explanation. And tonight, we're diving deep into a case where science, fear, and the unknown collide in ways that will leave you questioning reality itself. It begins in 1994, when the Sherman family purchased a quiet ranch in northeastern Utah, expecting nothing more than a peaceful life. Instead, they stepped into a nightmare. Almost immediately, they noticed something was wrong. Strange metal locks had been installed on doors, as if someone before them was trying to keep something out, or something in. Then came the creatures. One afternoon, the family encountered a massive wolf-like animal. It was unusually large, far bigger than any normal wolf, and strangely calm. When it attacked their livestock, they tried to stop it. But bullets didn't seem to affect it. The animal showed no pain, no reaction, before calmly walking away into the darkness. And that was just the beginning. Over the following months, the Shermans reported glowing orbs floating across their property. These orbs weren't just lights. They moved with intent, darting through the air, sometimes stopping mid-flight as if observing them. On multiple occasions, the family claimed to see these lights open into portals, dark voids in the sky, from which unknown creatures emerged. Their cattle began dying in bizarre ways. Some were found mutilated with surgical precision, organs removed without any signs of blood or struggle. Others simply vanished, only to reappear days later in impossible locations. The fear became overwhelming. The ranch wasn't just haunted. It felt alive. Eventually, the Shermans fled, unable to endure the constant terror. But their story didn't end there. Because what happened next would bring the ranch into the spotlight of serious scientific investigation. In 1996, billionaire aerospace entrepreneur Robert Bigelow purchased the property. But he wasn't looking for a home. He was looking for answers. Bigelow assembled a team of scientists, researchers, and former military personnel to study the phenomena. This wasn't a group chasing ghost stories. These were trained professionals, equipped with advanced technology, determined to document what was happening. They called it the National Institute for Discovery Science. And what they found only deepened the mystery. Cameras were set up across the ranch. Sensors monitored electromagnetic activity. Surveillance ran day and night. And still, the phenomena continued. Orbs of light were captured on video. Unidentified flying objects were reported hovering silently above the land. Animals continued to be mutilated under unexplained circumstances. Even the researchers themselves began experiencing strange events. Some reported hearing voices in the darkness. Others claimed to see shadowy figures watching them from a distance. Equipment would malfunction without reason. Entire systems would shut down at the exact moment something unusual occurred. One investigator described a chilling encounter with a humanoid figure emerging from a glowing portal. Before he could react, the figure vanished as quickly as it appeared. Despite years of research, millions of dollars invested, and countless hours of surveillance, no definitive explanation was found. And then, just as suddenly as it began, the investigation was shut down. But here's where it gets even more unsettling. The U.S. government quietly took interest in Skinwalker Ranch. Through a secretive program known as the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or AATIP, the ranch became part of a classified study into unexplained aerial phenomena. Think about that for a moment. The same government that publicly denies the existence of such phenomena was privately funding research into it. So what were they really looking for? Before we go deeper, if you're drawn to mysteries like this, make sure you subscribe to Shadow Files and turn on notifications. Because the deeper we dig, the darker it gets. Now let's talk about the clues. Unlike many paranormal cases, Skinwalker Ranch isn't based solely on stories. There are patterns. Consistent reports across different witnesses. Physical evidence that refuses to fit into any known category. One of the most recurring phenomena is the presence of electromagnetic anomalies. Instruments would spike dramatically without any known source. Compasses would spin wildly. Radios would pick up strange, unidentifiable signals. Then there are the portals. Multiple witnesses, including trained researchers, have described seeing openings in the air. Not illusions. Not tricks of light. But actual tears in space, revealing darkness beyond. And from these openings, things would emerge. Creatures that didn't belong. Some describe them as humanoid. Others as animal-like but distorted, unnatural. The term, Skinwalker, itself comes from Native American folklore, referring to a shape-shifting entity capable of taking on different forms. And that raises an important question. Are these events supernatural? Or something else entirely? Because there's another theory. One that's even more unsettling. What if Skinwalker Ranch isn't a haunted place, but a doorway? Some researchers believe the ranch sits on a kind of interdimensional hotspot. A place where the boundaries between realities are thinner. Where something, whether natural or artificial, is allowing things to pass through. This could explain the wide variety of phenomena. UFO sightings. Cryptid encounters. Poltergeist-like activity. It's not one type of event. It's many. Almost as if multiple realities are overlapping in one location. But there's also a more grounded explanation. Skeptics argue that the ranch's reputation may amplify normal occurrences. That natural predators, environmental factors, and human perception could account for many of the events. After all, fear has a powerful way of shaping what we see and how we interpret it. Yet, even skeptics struggle to explain everything. The precision of the cattle mutilations. The consistency of eyewitness accounts. The involvement of trained scientists who documented these events firsthand. So where does that leave us? Caught between belief and doubt. Between science and the unknown. And maybe that's exactly where Skinwalker Ranch wants us. Because even today, the ranch continues to be studied. New teams, new technology, new attempts to uncover the truth. And still, the mystery remains. Whatever is happening there doesn't seem to follow rules. It doesn't behave in predictable ways. It appears, disappears, watches, and waits. And perhaps the most chilling part of all is that it doesn't seem to care whether we understand it or not. So the next time you look up at the night sky, or hear something moving in the dark, remember this story. Because somewhere out there, in a quiet corner of Utah, there's a place where reality itself may not be as solid as we think. And if something can cross into our world, who's to say it hasn't already? If this story kept you thinking, drop a comment below with your theory. Do you believe Skinwalker Ranch is supernatural, extraterrestrial, or something we haven't even imagined yet? And don't forget to subscribe to Shadow Files for more deep dives into the world's most chilling mysteries. Because some stories aren't just meant to be heard. They're meant to be questioned.